So we're on our 7th run here. I was going to actually open up this video saying something else, but it's perfectly fine because when I get through with this, then, well, we'll see what else I do. So, I'll explain later as we get into Azal Exquisite Taste, no random item stats. Hey, it's an Ico run, and hey, we have our 7th Katana. So, again, as I've said before, but if this is your first video, we get an item, and this time it has its damage increased as well, on top of its speed and accuracy. So, yeah, not really much else to say there. We're playing an Ico run, should be self-explanatory. Although, the thing to note as we get Dexterity, Second Encounter, Charisma, Light Check, Strength, and maybe Second Mystery is that we could just get unlucky with events. That's what I've been saying for a while, but it's always a threat. Considering we're on Ico here, so a little bit of nuance is that I don't mind not taking. I like taking Monument on. Exquisite Taste, backstory, I almost said Fatalist, and not taking Illegal Den, especially as Ico. Without Ico, sometimes I'll take Illegal Den, although I should still take Monument. That's practical experience, by the way, because I have often been punished. And by that I mean I lose my runs because I don't take Monument, and then I just doom out. Or I make decisions where, either by mistake, or I just end up walking into an RNG moment where Doom just increases by 12 in a mystery on top of the regular Doom you get for investigating. So, Household Hell, Nails, Flood, Taxi, and maybe Feet, but we'll find out. I'll rotate my mysteries next for whether we survive this run or not, and then get reset if we don't survive. Yeah, for funsies. That's really all I'm trying to say. By the way, I think this is like 4 boss mysteries. Technically, Taxi, you don't have to fight a boss. Feet definitely has a boss at the end of it. So, Flood, Nails. So basically, it's great to be Ico here. Now, which one I want to actually take first? So, the main thing I remember about Feet here is that I end up running into an event where I always forget what perk I need. And it's pretty much Kyrie perks, because I think it's Second Sight and something else, but I'll just take it now because I know Ico won't get any of those skills, especially since we're not on an because we're not on an all perks run. If we were, it's still shady because you have to roll on every perk on level up, but shrug, right? So without further ado, let's see here. Is there anything else I want to do? That's right, police station, because I was like, I know we're on Exquisite Taste, so we don't get a lot of sub locations to use. I swear there's an actual other term for it in Roll of 4 aside from actions, but basically, what I'm trying to say, categorize, come up with a phrase for things like Witch Tree, History Club, because, and so on and so forth, Rest, Police Station, because I oftentimes switch between terms, and that can get confusing. So if anyone wants me to pick a term, feel free to try and persuade me. Let's see here. Yeah, so I said things, so Police Patrol, Forest. I was looking at threat level, I'm losing my words. We'll pop into the History Club once, get nothing. Fast Swimmer, actually, I'm gonna roll twice here, just in case we don't get anything, so off we go. So yeah, with Ico, oh my goodness, I needed to sneeze. Almost sneezed. Yeah, playing as Ico here, I normally don't feel too pressured. Especially with a very powerful katana, and there are no random item stat nonsense. Never mind. The game decided to correct me by pointing out one of the exceptions. Ghost encounters. Thankfully, Ico has foreknowledge to start. I would not want her starting with less, actually, because she's pretty much one of the more base characters. She unlocks after, I believe, Kyrie, because I think Kyrie is the only one you get at the beginning of a World of Horror clean save, but But shrug, and I mentioned that specifically because that is kind of a preview into the next series unless something happens, and by one of those things that can happen is that there is the game finally gets updated. But hey, I'm something of an athlete myself. Nope. 11 strength roll check on the skill check says no, Ico. And neither does a 9 roll. 9 roll is pretty bad as well, but that's what we get. Now, will I roll 9 or above in the next 2 rolls? Let's find out. That's not a skill check. I almost thought it was a skill check, but you get the point. What are we on? What gold god are you dealing with? Azal. So we're dealing with misery. I completely forgot about that. Injuries is kind of meh. You either have them or don't. I usually wouldn't go out of my way to recover an injury for the sake of avoiding the Azal rule. But you never know, right? So yeah, Second Sight is normally a Kyrie perk. I say normally because you can give them to custom characters as well. But yeah, anywho. Yeah, Fast Swimmer, being Ico is Ico. Now, note here, this is why I balanced the katana like this. Whether I did upgraded Katana first and downgraded it over the course of this challenge series, whatever you want to call this, or left it weak and made it strong like I am now. This is balanced so that, yeah, a lot of characters, if you get a single time action speed bonus, like Aiko's passive, you can prep attack, or prep attack, prep strong. But if you're just normally playing with most characters, you're able to prep attack, prep attack. That's all I'm trying to say. But yeah, Aiko get here because she has dexterity and the Katana is scaled off dexterity. She gets her passive on top of it and gets to do this. So yeah, now we could brace here. I probably should brace here, all things considered. This is not guaranteed, but the chances of missing here are quite low, so I was going to say that, fully prepared to miss that attack. Thankfully, I didn't. Now, remember something I said a long time ago, or not a long time, probably recently, probably last episode even, where I said, I'm going to keep gambling on 80%, and eventually one of them is going to bite me. That one that I took there with Aiko against that the boss of Feet wasn't so bad, because I would only lose -1 all, usually, from it. But if it were a higher gamble, like either dodge this move or die, or hit these 2 attacks that are not guaranteed or die is more the more usual situation, then yes, I will pay for it eventually. Now, is all experience really great, but we can deal. Now, the fun part about this is if I get the Mind Warp Curse, but we'll see if we even get that. I could just go all out here. What would this really get me? Wouldn't really get me anything, would it? No, I'm sure I could get some more experience out of doing that, but I don't need to make that. I don't need to take that risk. So we get bonus damage out of the Katana now. Let's see if I haven't bugged anything out, because I haven't changed the Katanas since... Yeah, I haven't changed the Katanas, basically. Hot Bath, we're on Azal, though. Azal is one of the only factors. I wouldn't say it's a large or small factor, because I don't know for sure, of why I not take... why I wouldn't take Hot Bath, even though I only have Rest here. So... Although, all things considered, I forgot that since I'm playing as Aiko, Prepare would have been a better option. But, we'll deal. So I didn't take Hot Bath. So let's find out what happens. I might actually end up resting at some point. I should have... we'll see. We'll see what actually happens. Because thinking too hard, sometimes, as I go on a tangent here, sometimes when I think too hard, bad things really happen. So I would not like to basically fill my mind and overthink things is what I'm trying to get at. I could take the Reason hit here. I'm just going to take the Doom instead. Because we're in Flood. Why did I forget the name of the mystery I'm in? Yeah, we're doing this. Now we get bonus damage off of our kick, but we already do just as great. I forgot. I think one of these is actually better for us. Unless they're both Doom decreases. But I swear, yeah, that event did lower Doom, and now we can rest. Now we get extra bonus damage without sacrificing our Reason. In fact, we're topped off as we were. So this is the gamble I'm talking about when I talk about Flood a lot. There's nothing going to be happening for the next 20 seconds. So I'm free to talk about whatever I want to. But in this particular instance, it worked out. So usually I would just take the Theologist to decrease the amount of damage I'm taking and go. But because... there are moments in which, if RNG is okay, you'll get extra damage in this encounter, which can make a difference, and usually I think it will, based on the math I did a long time ago, but you get the point. If you're not lucky, you end up taking more damage in those 2 or 3 investigations that you do, because it could be the forest that the Theologist is not in, which means you want to... I would say spend less getting the thingamajiggy. Oh, do I want to take this risk, by the way? I mean, the whole point is me getting rid of stamina, but I don't think I do. So let me just see if I can do... I can. I'm going to take this risk as well. This is, again, this risk is not so bad, but I did inspect it. No, I'm going crazy. I'm going absolutely crazy. Anyway, experience roll, I think, was the most I got penalized there. So we do want to make sure we level up. Now, thankfully, if we're to talk about the run for a moment, nails or taxi? We do have the handcuffs. I'm going to do taxi now. We're going to go through the chase and see. We do have allies for better or worse. I don't think they're worth the... Yeah, this is pretty much useless to me, but we'll find out. We'll probably send her against the taxi, so if you want to immerse yourself, we're going to throw these 2 allies out of the taxi to, like, deal damage. Not in a sacrificial way. Well, let's just let's just mind lore it into them jumping out and doing something cool and then coming back later. But for the moment here, basically they're going to do damage against the taxis here if I decide to do that. I'm probably deciding to do that. We're going to get a map here for our question mark trouble, but hey, we're also going to get STE, but if this run or the next run, assuming I survive this 7th run, if the 8th run or the 7th run are the ones with STE in it, I will cry. I don't remember the last time I survived STE in a normal run. Shrug. I probably didn't actually want to... Funny enough, I probably wanted to take that in the face, but too late now. So, in the back of my mind, I do need to remember that I have a Misery Parasite / Azul to worry about. But yeah. I think we just go all out here. Yeah, we just go all out here. We have so much bonus damage, we're probably going to 2-shot this in most cases. Now, if you miss 2 attacks every turn, that's not going to happen. But thankfully, we didn't. I should have done Prep Strong here. We probably can get 3 bonus damage, but again, 2 is already going to be more than good enough. So, let's find out. But yes, yeah, so right now at the back of my mind, I need to remember about Azul rules, and then I need to remember to use these allies up, which is tied into the Azul rule. Before bad things happen. Does Aotori count for Azul? I guess we're gonna find out. I could do the math, but I'll just leave you, the audience, I'm pointing in real life as you can see me, to do the math, because it's with 33% Doom moving into our 4th mystery pretty much, or 40% if you want to be more than that, if you want to think more than that, then we should be good Doom-wise, so I don't really mind. Now, I don't remember what I have to do exactly. In fact, I still don't know what to do. If you basically quizzed me on the skill checks inside the end chase of Taxi, I would probably score less than like 50% for certain, probably even less than 25%. But stats don't matter. I was gonna say something else, obviously, but what do you want me to do? So, or whether or not you can want to quiz me on where there's skill checks, if you want to be even more precise. But I should do some homework at some point. It would probably take me no more than 20-30 minutes every 2 days, but hey, so here's where I remember. So Fujiko jumps off the top of the taxi to, you know, suplex the taxi, and then I don't know. Just we do our best. So again, it's never confirmed that the allies, when you send your ally against an enemy, that anything bad happens, but you know, anywho. So we do want to save on HP, so I'm just going to be a bit conservative here and just toss these things. I forgot to use these cigarettes. Actually, no, there's no point. We're Aiko, so we can do whatever we want. So, if I miss 99%, that would be quite sad. I think we 3-turn this encounter, depending. In fact, we can even brace and save some HP, I believe. So, this should be 8 is this 8 damage? 7 damage. That's right. For some reason, I thought I had 3 bonus damage. But, what I'm trying to say is that this is going to end the encounter. Because this is 14 damage, question mark? Am I going crazy? I'm going absolutely crazy. Anywho. I've gone crazy less often, but hey. Also, that was because of experience and something else, question mark? I'm going crazy. Again. I just talked about that. 10, ally, and so, yeah, I think Aotori did count. And if he didn't, well, shrug, right? So, nails into household hell. So we'll do nails now. We can still run from enemies, and we have running shoes. So if I need to, that's interesting to note that Aotori appears on the back as if there are 2 allies. That must mean the game doesn't unload those allies, question mark? Anywho. No, that's not true, because then if you're working with base allies and you toss, say, the first ally you get, there isn't a space in between. Correct me if I'm wrong. Again, if you don't know what I'm talking about basically custom content and or game design, but or coding, really. But yeah, anyway. Is there anything else I need to do here? I could rest. I'm choosing not to. Might be a bad idea. But with 5 stamina, usually you're not going to just take that in the face. So, yeah. Was that an Aiko custom event, by the way? I don't recognize that. And we're in a base mystery. So, yeah, that had to be a custom event. And it talked about swimming. Anywho. You know what? We're going to rest here. So we're going to forego our restless bonus. I know we have fetid fumes since I saw 1 stamina, 1 reason, but I don't feel too comfortable. In fact, I'm going to rest 1 more time, and then we'll deal. Now, I would have rested more, but I don't remember my second encounter, so... Sure, did my Doom just decrease, by the way, there? Anywho. On investigation, -1 Doom, 5 experience. -5 experience. I thought Aotori usually disappears. Well, in this instance, because I don't really mind my... Actually, I might mind my experience dropping. We're gonna find out. If I level up before the end of this run, I should be okay. Because, yeah, with my experience dropping, we're gonna take an 80 experience penalty deficit. But I guess we'll find out. Right? Well, it's too late now, so I'm going to just stick with Aotori. Because basically, I'm thinking the doom that Aotori decreases is going to be near equal. Now, at this point, my doom is increasing overall, but it's going to be better, basically. This is a very interesting custom content circumstance, by the way. We non-two-brace here, by the way, as well. We're gonna do 2 attacks. I'm gonna try to be greedy here. We just need to hit 1. We hit both, actually. That might be more than enough. I'm going to option select handcuff check. Okay, just making sure. And we level up here so that we don't get penalized by Azal before the end of this mysteries, because right when I hit that button is when the misery parasite kicks in. 4 doom from somewhere. Does that count the 30 experience? Am I going crazy? Ally, curse, injury. We have an ally and a curse. Question mark. Well, anywho. Yeah. No, that seems right, because I had 10 experience, and then the end of the mystery gave me 30 experience, question mark. I'm going crazy. Well, we don't need to level up anymore as Kyrie, Aiko. That's that much I know. I saw spell rule in my mouth and tongue said Kyrie. But anywho. By the way, just offhand here, I can't one-shot this, can I? Yeah, we're just gonna run. We have running shoes, we can do so. We also have the monument. Don't ask for stamina. Okay, good. If we get out of funds, we'll trade off reasons. Okay, what I'm trying to say here, if this is a bug, if Aotori here is a bug, because I know that you can get Aotori again after certain endings of Taxi, but I never received Aotori and stayed that way at the very end. By the way, speaking of the out of funds. But yeah, if it is, then I don't really mind. I'll still count this run because shrug, right? I don't have a good excuse because I'm trying to still survive. I could still die here, by the way, especially with 5 stamina, 6 reason. But as we fight a ghost instead, I think we just one-shot this. Do we one-shot this? No, we don't. I should have smoked these cigarettes, by the way. I did not, so... we don't need the experience because of Azal, so we're actually gonna run here. If we run into another encounter, then I would go negative on gains here. And thankfully, dexterity. Again, keep in mind, because Aotori is also decreasing experience, again, there's a very fickle balance happening here. Retreat here, because pilfering the goods actually, while it gets you funds, you lose more reason. We don't need these funds anymore, but we don't have the fund rule, so I don't need to worry. That being said, we probably should brace here. No, I never smoked the cigarettes, by the way. Yeah, let's do this. That way we don't just hurt ourselves involuntarily. I could get more Katana experience here, but I chose not to. Let's actually smoke these. Probably won't matter anymore unless we run into, like, the Rumu ghost, but even then I have running shoes, so... Shrug, right? But yeah. There are a lot of unnecessary risks I took this run, so as we get our last 6% doom, let's see what happens here. I think Aotori is still staying with us, right? Because what I'm trying to mention is that Aotori does affect us in the lighthouse, I believe. So this is going to be interesting. If Aotori does lower our doom here, either way, I should be resting at least twice. Do I need to rest more? No, because we have 9 strength, 8 dexterity. In fact, I didn't even need to rest at all. But, yeah, we'll find out. So our experience is lowering, and Aotori is doing a thing. I don't remember at all. So yeah, Aotori is lowering our doom. That was actually, I think Aotori is the lifesaver here. Yeah, well, we'll just call it that. I mean, there's not really much, it's self-explanatory, that's what I'm trying to say. So without further ado, again, I'll count this run if this is... No, I'm not going to say much more. There's no need to say much more. We took feet first because I was like, oh yeah, no Kyrie, and then I took blood second, I believe, so off we go. Also, just outright, if there's nothing else to take away, Aiko is amazing. I had like a few other advantages, like Aotori and the Katana being buffed at this point, but you get the point. Not really much else to say. If you have anything to say, you know what to do. Otherwise, thank you for watching, and I'll see you later. Bye!